All right, our flow chart for electronics project 3. Here we go. Firstly, we clear our old variables, connect to the Arduino and servo, and then initialize those variables. Then we put the deflector in home position and turn on the conveyor belt. Now we're going to set the previous block state equal to the block state. This is mostly just for the end of all of these different things. And then we're going to read our sensor. If the object is in the path, meaning yes, we're going to set our block state equal to 1. And then if it just entered the sensor, then we're going to start our timer. If it didn't, we're just going to go back around. Right? We go back around. Now we read the sensor. Is the object in path? Now it's not in path. Block state equals 0. Did it just leave? If it did, we're going to start the timer.
Stop the timer.
Yeah, we want to stop the timer. And if it didn't, we want to just keep going. But after we stop the timer, we want to calculate the size. And we want to see if it's large. If it is large, we want to move the deflector into the large position and then add 1 to the large count. If it's not large, we're going to move the deflector into the small position, basically home, and then small count, and then add 1 to the small count. Display large and small count. This was the hardest part just because we didn't know what to make how to do a message with 2 variables. We figured it out. And then is large count or small count to max? If it's not, we go back here, but eventually it will get to the max of 5, and then if it is, then we pause to let the last block that got measured get put in the bin, and then we stop the conveyor and end the program. So now we're gonna go ahead and run our code. So we're gonna go ahead and hit run. Everything's gonna reset. Now once the conveyor starts, Levi's gonna start putting blocks on. We've got it in one small block, one big block, up to 5 small blocks. As you can see, as Levi puts them on, as you can see here, it's going to be counting, obviously, small blocks and large blocks. We tried to get rid of this elapsed time, but it just seems to be persistent. We tried multiple different ways, asked multiple different people, but it just didn't seem to go away. Anyway, we're going to keep going. So obviously our small blocks are going into the right side there, and our big blocks are going on the left side. So it looks like we got one more. Container wasn't big enough. And now that last block should make it over the edge, and now the conveyor stops right after that. So, yeah.